We're getting a better idea of the impact remote learning is having on California students. Statewide assessment scores show that K-12 students experienced some major setbacks academically during the past school year. The results show that about half, 50% now, of all California students tested did not meet standards in language arts, and about 2/3 did not meet standards in math. Joining us live right now is Dr. Joseph Atman, founder of Middle Tree, an educational nonprofit in Los Angeles. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we knew that remote learning would have an impact, but how surprised are you at these scores? They seem to be very low.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest questions that we had around distance learning when this all started was, how is this going to ultimately affect students? We had a pretty good guess. No one really knew, but we're finding out now, like you said, with this report from the California Department of Education. It's a shocking amount of students across all grade levels. It's an important report, and it speaks to how desperately the education system and the students under its care really need help, both of which were under plenty of strain before the pandemic, obviously.
All right, we think about the math scores alone. They're down 2/3. So as a parent sitting at home, you have to be asking yourself, how can that student ever catch up?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that we can do to support our students, right? We can ask them, hey, what is it that you need? We seldom give students a voice, really. We seldom talk to students about what their concerns are, what their needs are. So just giving whatever support that we can to our students, giving them a voice, letting them realize that, hey, we've gotten through this. You know, we've already been dealing with this for quite some time. We have a little bit longer to go, it looks like, but that they are resilient. We can get through this if we work together to do so. Giving them extra support with outside help, outside programs is a great way to combat some of this learning loss.
Let's talk about those outside programs. Should the schools be offering tutoring? As a parent, I'm wondering, maybe you should be sending students 6 days a week on Saturdays or Sundays. What about summer school? What specifics do we need to do to get our students to catch up?
Yeah, supplemental education is a great way to help out students. That's what we do at Middle Tree. We're here as a support system to the school districts, to students, to parents. But you know, we can really invest more in our education system in general. Let's give students more personalized attention. Let's put more students or teachers in the classroom. Let's lower the student to teacher ratio. But supplemental support is a great place to start.
We also know that school districts were given a lot of leeway in testing students, including giving them shortened versions of the test. Is it possible that some of this contributed to those low scores?
It's possible. You know, we never quite know what we're going to find when we test, and we never know exactly how accurate the testing is, per se. We didn't actually do testing last year in the 2019-2020 year because of all the upheaval and the distance learning. So, you know, a number of different things contributed to this. Really, I think the most telling thing is how giant the numbers are of students who didn't meet the standards in the minority demographic. And those folks really suffered, probably largely due to the lack of technology, but of course the lack of investment that we put into lower income communities, just in general, but especially within our education system.
Things have to change. Dr. Joseph Atman, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks again for having me.